Papadimitropoulos and Gregory Rentis are responsible single-handedly for a new category in Los Angeles Greek Film Festival called FFM, Frequent Filmmaker Mileage Awards. Arguris, of course, was last year's winner for Wasted Youth, the Special Jury Award, and Gregoris has been also had a film last year, editing, and this year the short. Gregory is also participating in the Project Discovery Forum with a special project that's under consideration for the awards that are going to come out tomorrow. The Aegean Award is a new project that we're having. And of course, he's the co-producer of this film that has been doing very well in different festivals all over Europe. Also, another point of interest is Wasted Youth. I just read about a week ago got 30-40 screen opening in Germany.
Yeah, they got 10 different screens all over.
10 different screens. Great, congratulations, making that happen. Great job. And Arguris, would you like to tell us anything about your involvement and Hector's?
No, I'm just the co-producer of the film. I'm a good friend with Hector since film school, which is like a long time ago. And since then, we've been good friends, and we've been, talking about our projects to each other. And Hector has helped me in my project, and I helped him in his. I mean, when he had the script finished, it was just about the time that I had my film done. So, I was traveling the festivals and everything. So he called me and he asked me to read his script and tell him if I believe that we can do it in the same way we did Wasted Youth, meaning, production-wise, meaning without state money, without a big budget and everything. And I promised I would help him. So what I actually did in the film, because he did everything by himself, and what this guy did is almost heroic. The only thing I did is to introduce him to the other co-producers. So it's we gathered like a bunch of friends that we became his co-producers because we all read the script and we loved it.
Great. Thank you very much, Luigi. It's this working together that makes a difference in Greek film today. Waiting for state money that may never come or may come 2 years later.
Not even wait. The idea is not to even wait. Maybe things start getting better after that, but for the last 3 or 4 years, waiting was not an option. There wouldn't be any films if people would wait.
Great. Gregory, how was your experience in cutting the film, putting it in editing the film?
It was a great experience because this is the first feature I did, and mostly I've been editing my own shorts. So Hector saw them, and I guess he liked the way things are cut together. And it was very collaborative. And when Arguris talks about Hector having a very clear idea, like sort of doing everything on his own, like he had a very clear idea of what he wanted, but also gave us the, like in the technical department, like the freedom to just do our thing.
Great, excellent. Arguris, I keep hearing about you and Carnavas have a company together, a production.
No, we don't really. We're just very good friends. We have a bar together, which is interesting too. But we're very good friends, and he's got a new company with Konstantinos Kodobrakis, who they met in Wasted Youth. They're both friends of mine, and I introduced them, and they now have a company called Thematic, which is doing really well. It's like really new. It was launched in Cannes like a month ago. Very interesting. And I'm not really a producer. They're producing films, that's what we do. I only get involved in some projects of some people that I really believe in. I love them, and I would like to help if I can. I mean, this summer I'm producing a film by Athanasios Karanikolas, which is a guy that lives in Germany for the last 25 years, and he decided to make a film in Greece. And I've seen all his work, I love his work, he loves my work, so we decided to do it together, and that's it. I'm not really like...
Yeah, you're not the producer, but you keep producing films every year.
Yeah. I'm just productive.
Great. I'd like to open it for questions from the audience. Anything of interest that struck your fancy?
Well, first of all, this is, I guess the lead is Giannis, is that the lead actor? And he has one of these fantastic tragic faces like Javier Bardem, which can just, things just flow over it. And so I'm wondering, I feel like actually nothing was improvised. I feel like everything was tightly scripted. And I'm curious what kind of ratio you had to edit down from, because the edit feels extremely subjective and organic. But I don't think the material was.
There were. This is not a very typical film in editing-wise, because it was mostly shot in long takes that were sometimes cut, sometimes kept as a whole. But there were a lot of takes, but in terms of options, it was just, it was pretty much set. And then it was more dramaturgical editing and sort of putting scenes in different places.
It's risky to take that book and make a film.
Yeah.
But certainly Arguris Papadimitropoulos' acting has been recognized for as an excellent, he got an awards.
He gets an award in every festival. I mean, yeah. Wherever we screen the film, he gets an award.
Well, it's also an incredible part. It's like, it's like La Strada or something. You can't fail.
Yeah. Good.
It's so modern. It's globalized Pierrot is what it is. Pierrot after globalization.
That's great what you say.
I'm a critic, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, there was some comments about Yanni Papadopoulos' acting and the way that he's been able to convey a lot of emotions and meaning and a lot of and go through the book and give the meaning of the book that's such a difficult task. You heard Arguris' response. Any other questions? Go ahead.
I was wondering, what was the secret beyond such a great job as an acting, writing, photography? What was the secret to just be together?
So how did it all come together, acting and writing and directing? Of course, we do not have the director here who is really the key person who puts all these things together. Gregory, you have any ideas or any feedback?
Once Ektoras, the director, met Yannis, that's when he knew he could make the film, and then he started writing the script on basically with that actor in mind. So it was a long time of rehearsals and sort of developing the script together in a way. But what was great about this project is that it was completely collaboration, like a total collaboration. Because if you see in the end, everybody has a producer credit on it, from the extra to the director, and that's rare, right? In that extent, you never see that so much, and it speaks a lot to how the film was made.
Yeah, but we had a director that he knew exactly what he's doing. I mean, he spent time rehearsing with Yannis, but from the very first moment he knew exactly what he's doing, and he knew how he's going to put everything together and have this wonderful piece at the end.
Great. Constantine?
I want to ask, how much responsibility do you have as an editor in that film? You collaborated with the director, or was your idea the way of editing?
Well, I mean, you know, he was there as a director, but you know, like, I don't know, sort of, I guess, I mean, I edited it, but you know, he was there. I don't know, it was like it's a collaboration, right? So it's hard to say whose idea was what. Like some were mine, some were his.
Yeah, I think at some point it all
Yeah,
mixes
and
up.
that's
yeah.
a nice, like,
Yeah.
So you work together for that editing?
Yeah, well, like I did the first pass, and then he came in, and we started working together for a few months.
Great work.
Okay, Taki?
Yeah. How much does a film like that cost and where do you find the money?
Excuse me.
How
How
much?
It was a money question, so I
How
guess I have to answer.
much it costs? Where do you find the money?
It didn't cost much. I mean, it's you know, after a point you don't really know how much it is, because when talking about small budgets, you know, it's like 500, you know, more or less. You know, it was something like 15,000-20,000, something like that, euros, which is like $25,000, and it was private money. I mean, actors put some money, I put some money, Euros put some money, you know, it was like we're just chipping in.
So nobody gets paid. Nobody of the people gets paid.
Unfortunately not. Yeah, of course they all have, I mean,
have a piggy bank outside.
yeah, and the day that the film makes its money back, they all have their share. So because that's why they all have a co-producer credit too. That's the idea, but you know, the film did great in the distribution, with its distribution in Athens. I mean, for such a film, for an art house, like for a difficult piece, it went really well. So I guess some money will come in, and some people will get paid from that, and you know, some awards, then maybe some TV sales. You know, when you have such a little money, such a little budget, you know, I think at the end you're gonna get your money back. I hope so.
Yes?
Can you talk about the DP, how he shot, what the relationship was with how early he was in on it with the director and so on?
Yeah, the actress, the director, works a lot with this guy, with the DP, with Dimitris, who's a really cool guy, and they work together a lot. They've done 2 shorts before, and they've done lots of theater plays together. Actors is doing mainly theater. He's done like lots of plays, and so Dimitris is the lighting designer. So they have a really good collaboration. But in this one, it was funny because Actors was doing the camera work too. So Actors was the one, the director was the one holding the camera, and Dimitris was focus pulling and setting the lights whenever there was light. Yeah, which mostly it's natural light.
Yes, go ahead.
Was the script based on the life of the real person, perhaps somebody the director knew or no?
No. No, it was, although it's like a personal film, it's not like based on real life events or something. It's inspired, it's loosely inspired by Knut Hamsun's Hunger, which is a book written like 150 years ago in Norway. So that's why I mean it's like really loosely based, because this is like the modern piece of 2012 Athens.
Okay, we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Go ahead.
So the film is obviously set in Athens and Greece. Any comment about how it relates to the actual situation right now in Greece and the situation in Athens?
Yeah, I think we're not the ones that make the comment. I mean, the film makes the comment itself. Of course, it's like it's a film that speaks about today's situation.
I mean, do you think it's kind of an exaggeration of the situation, or do you think it's actually a reality?
It's a film, so it's like it's you can view it in 100 different ways. I mean, there's a symbolic side, there's a very realistic side. You choose depending on what the way you want to see it.
question was whether there is public assistance programs in Greece like elsewhere.
There are, but what the film points at is a sense of dignity and a sense of pride that makes it harder to acknowledge yourself as being unable to feed yourself. You know? So even, you know, but then the other part of my answer would be that like everything else, it doesn't function very well in these.
Okay. I'd like to thank Gregory and Margit for being here. And